Manoj, was always artistic excellence, because you always find people confused. Should we go for artistic excellence or commercial success? Sometimes it is said that both cannot go together, but they can go together, can't they?
They can go together, provided if you focus, doesn't, you know you don't deviate from the fact that you have to hone your skill all the time.
Right,
Acting is never a course which just finishes in 3 years.
right,
Acting goes, the evolution goes on, because
right.
that's the nature of a human being.
Yeah,
If the nature of a human being is changing,
yeah,
if he's evolving according to the circumstances, how can actor be sitting still and think that he's learned everything, he's done everything,
right,
now he can do anything, any role,
right,
anyway. So that's a false notion about that. Acting is a constantly changing craft,
right,
and you have to keep updating yourself, keep
right,
upgrading yourself.
right. And you can draw nourishment from so many things, isn't it? From life itself, from people around you, from what you read. What are your sources of nurturing your craft?
All of it together,
Yeah,
all of it together. Uh, Watching new films, the films from say US or Poland or Czechoslovakia
right.
or France or Spain, but watching new actors. Look at the new actors now,
Yeah,
on OTT platform.
yeah.
I mean, they have so much to offer,
Hmm.
so much to teach you. It's just that you have to be open. You have to be
Right,
open to look at the new actors and the changing definition of the craft.
right,
So I am very, very open to what others are doing. I'm very open to learning from them.
right,
Uh, I don't steal from them, but I learn from them. I
right,
learn, and I learn a great deal. The Patal Lok I have seen, and I've seen those actors. Oh, wow. I mean, I was completely mesmerized
yeah,
by the making of it, by the performance of so many actors, including Jaideep and Abhishek.
yeah,
Uh, and I personally call them up.
yeah,
That's my approach. Call them up,
right,
compliment them. I complimented the directors. I asked for work also from them.
right,
So I'm just in love with this craft, with this medium, and the goal is to constantly grow.
right,
Rest of the things that you mentioned will follow, will
right,
definitely follow,
right.
and there is no end to need.
Yeah,
There is no end to need. Today you want Mercedes, tomorrow you would want Bentley, okay,
right,
okay, or any other expensive car, you
right.
know.
Manoj, we were talking about the system also, in a way. I mean, how much can a person want?
Yeah,
How much can a person need?
yeah. So see, I mean, the my decision was, quite strong, that I'm going to be an actor who will be more interested uh, in really in the craft than any other thing. Then I do acting because I love it. I'm completely in love with acting. I'm
Right,
fascinated with this craft. I do it. I don't do it for big cars. I don't do it for big houses. I don't do it for the validation from people. I do it purely because of my love for this craft. Okay, so whenever there is a new role, there's a new setup, there's a new genre, new director, giving me something which is fabulous, which is challenging, I just go ahead and put all my force behind it.
right,
So this is what gives me a kick. This is kind of this is so I find it so intoxicating doing Bhonsle.
yeah,
Uh, After doing one fairly mainstream film, I can always get into shuffle between uh, genre so easily, because purely I'm an actor who wants to do well in all genre.
right.
Not really. Uh, I'm not judgmental about genre, but I'm really interested in myself as an actor. That's it.
And Manoj, just quickly before we get on to Bhosle again, how important, you said it's not, you're not looking for validation. But at some point, the film awards, the parties, the networks or the cliques or the camps that we hear about, at some level, that does become somewhat important, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't in my case.
Hmm.
You will not find me in the parties of the film parties. Usually, I don't go there. Uh, in the post Bhikkhu Mahatre time, I have attended many parties because I was a newcomer.
Right,
I thought that you have to go. This is the
right,
way this industry functions.
right.
And then I have realized that we are wasting our time. If I have to drink, I'll drink with some few of my friends.
Right,
I can talk to quite freely. I can voice my opinion. We can listen to each other without any pretension, and be ourselves, and have your dinner, and then say bye bye, good night. And next day you start your life the way you do it every day. And after that, I started kind of skipping those parties, started offending few people, few of the hosts. But now I think industry knows that I don't go to the party, so they don't send me invites. Okay, I refuse to belong to any camp.
right.
I know that those camps exist,
Yeah.
but I refuse to belong to those camps. I don't belong to camps. I belong to this industry,
Right.
as a whole. But why do you go to that camp? Why should go there? I should get validation from this camp, validation from that. I'm not interested. I know one thing, that if the performance is good, film is good, I'll be getting what do you call compliments from everyone, from the camps, from the industry as a whole, from the people. Uh, so yeah, focus was that. Never. Also, I'm not a very insecure person as an actor. I'm not a very. I'm not jealous of anybody.
Right.
I'm not insecure. Sometimes when the going is tough and the bank balance is not showing that great. That time you feel a little bit worried. यार चलो कुछ करते हैं यार ताकि
Uh,
कुछ पैसा आ जाएगा. That's
yeah.
all.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. So let's talk about Bhonsle. Manoj, it's a film that you produced as well. What propelled you towards this?
See, when I, 5 years back, 6 years back, when Devashish met me with this script, I was completely, what do you call, fallen over. I said, what kind of writing this? This is
Right.
beautiful writing. It is uncompromising writing.
Right.
And still there were elements of it which was holding me so much, as a reader. And also the story of a recluse, retired, uh, um, ill cop, okay,
Hmm.
an old man, and this life, and there's a volcano,
Yeah.
happening outside,
Right.
where the local versus migrant problem is going on.
Right.
How they all of them come together face to face. How that trouble or the movement, which he's very reluctant to go to, he starts impacting, affecting him, changing him, or say giving him a purpose in life. It
Right.
is it is married so well. It is blended so well, that and that was the day I decided that I have to find a producer for this director.
Right.
And then after that, I've seen his one of his short films, and more I started knowing him and his vision, his creativity. I started falling for this guy, Devashish Makiya. And every day, every month, I was talking to people to produce it. Because of my name, they used to come in, but after reading the script, they used to run away.
Right.
In between, we went ahead and made a short film, quite an acclaimed short film, Tandav.
Oh yes.
Uh, and then somehow, 3-4 people came together. That they made a company. They put in some money from their fund, and then after the 11th day, we didn't have money to shoot, and
Right.
that is when this friend of mine from Delhi, Mr. Sandeep Kapoor, who produced Anarkali Afara,
Right.
he came in with the shooting money.
Oh.
So that, it's the making of the Bhonsle itself is a book. Itself is a book. We
Right.
can write a fantastic book on the making of an independent film in India. You
Yeah.
know, it will be quite a lesson for all the filmmakers who are willing to get into this industry or get into making independent films.
Right. Manoj, just a couple of last questions. Bhosle is also very political, a very political film, just as Aligarh was. Uh, uh, where is your politics? How do you define your politics?
My quality is with I go with the justice.
Right.
Always. That's one word, you know. And I have always been uh, inspired. I have always taken inspiration from Mahatma Gandhi.
Right.
Justice and the truth. You
Right.
know, these are the two words which are of foremost, important words for me. I weigh everything on this, on these two words,
Right.
and so I don't have any side. I don't
Hmm.
have any side.
Hmm.
I will always say, please don't drag me to any right or to any left, or to any center.
Right.
Let me judge it for myself. Let me
Right.
judge it for myself where the truth lies, where the justice lies, and wherever it is, I am on that side.
Right.
So that's how I take my stand on political issues. That's how I take my stand on social issues. That's how I take it. I operate my life. That's
Right.
how my wife and me, we operate ourselves.
Right. And if it leaves you in a small minority, it doesn't matter to you.
It doesn't matter. I have always been in the small minority. Rather, I was the only one. So, Ekla Chalo Re is something which has been so true in my life.
Right.
Yeah. So I think if you are if you're really if your resolve is really strong and based on some kind of reasoning
Yeah.
and honesty and truth, you'll find people rallying around you in the end. You know.
Yeah, just the last question, Manoj. What can people expect from Bhosle? It, of course, another power-packed performance from you, but also a sense of quietness that people were surprised by in Aligarh because they were so used to your dynamic and energetic performances. I think when they saw Aligarh, they were blown away by another facet of yours.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, this is a very uncompromising cinema.
yeah,
Bhosle, director has not dealt with any scene or any silence of
right,
Bhosle, the character, uh, in any tricky way, or
right,
or he tried to impress the audience. Not at all. If he's silent, he's alone. At times, he wants to. Sometimes Devashish wanted to really tire people out of,
right,
tire people out. Because he goes on showing the monotony, the monotonous life of Bhosle.
right,
And after that is over, and when the local versus migrant noise and the chaos start getting louder outside, that is when he comes out of his monotony.
right,
But till the monotony of his life is there, you may feel quite monotonous as an audience.
right.
So it tests you. It tests your patience till the chaos, gets you out completely.
Right. Wonderful. Thank you so much for talking to us, Manoj. Wish you all the best. And we know that there's so many more performances that, will stun us and shock us and, inspire us as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaveri. Thank you.